Hi everybody, it's Katerina again, and this time we have my good friend Jennifer Swanson online with us in the Yes You Can Women in Business situation. Okay, so this is Jennifer Swanson, and she's known as the Communication Diva. So that is a tongue-in-cheek, sassy title for a podcaster author, which is what she is. Now, she's also a church minister. So I would love to introduce you guys to Jennifer, and let's see where the conversation takes us. Hello, Jennifer.
Hello, everyone. Thanks, Kat.
You're welcome. Okay, so Jennifer, the whole idea behind this is that I want to introduce people of the Yes You Can Empowerment for Women group and Yes You Can Women in Business to each other so that they can start collaborating, using each other's services, being there for each other, getting to know each other, and making new friends and colleagues, right? And so what I wanted to do was to reach out to people who really want to do this and ask them some questions. So I want to know how you came to this passion around working as a podcaster.
Okay, well, it was I was teaching communication and human relations skills back. I taught it for years to college students going into healthcare. And I was always sort of confounded that I could only teach them a small amount, and they seemed to be wanting more. Mm-hmm. And I realized that common sense isn't quite common anymore. And that things that you and I learned growing up are just not being taught. There aren't any places that people are learning some of the basic communication skills that could help them so much. So I figured out what a blog was. I thought a blog was for moms talking about their kids, and I thought, well, that's kind of not that exciting. and then I discovered a few bloggers who were amazing. And it was shortly after that I started Communication Diva back in 2011, the communicationdiva.com. And a year after that, I discovered podcasting and fell absolutely madly in love with it. And I've been podcasting ever since 2012.
Wow, that's a great way to introduce yourself. How wonderful. It's so good to be passionate about those kinds of things. So who's your ideal client when you're looking for somebody to podcast with? I know I've been one of your podcast attendees.
You've been one of my guests. Absolutely.
Yes, that's right.
Well, it's funny because some of the people are people I just encounter, and I always have in the back of my mind, would this person be fabulous to introduce to the world, because it is a global audience that I have, and that's exciting. And then other times I have people who do approach me and ask. And I'm pretty selective these days about who I will interview, because it takes 5 to 6 hours for me to put out a show. I'm not getting paid to do this. I do trade services, and I ask for promotion and reviews on iTunes and all that kind of thing. But I'm still doing the podcasting part of what I do for the love of it. So my ideal person is someone who is doing something good for the world and is using communication. I mean, everyone uses communication. But for example, my last guest was a person in Dubai. And this is a young man named Ismail Akhtar. Took me a while to pronounce his name. And he is helping people to public speak, and especially in the workplace. And that fits perfectly with my mandate, which is to help people get the job, love your work, and advance your career. And so he and I had a wonderful chat. And his whole thing is helping people stand up and be confident, and not just be confident in the moment for the presentation, but grow their self-confidence. So it was a really good fit for what I'm trying to do.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. So tell us a little bit more about what brought you to being a minister too.
Well, I was working on the palliative. Well, it started a long time ago, but the most sort of epiphany moment that I had was when I was working on the palliative care unit as a nursing unit clerk, which I did for many, many years. And I was teaching in that nursing unit clerk program as well for about 23 years. And I was in the palliative care ward working behind the desk, and things were going on at the bedside. And I thought, I really am tired of doing paperwork. I've been doing paperwork for 23 years. I want to be there. I want to have the honor of sitting with someone in their last days. And it was just, people started saying, are you going to go to school and take your theology degree? And, and so, when a whole bunch of voices start asking the same question, it's a good idea to listen.
Absolutely it is. Oh, wow. That's such special work. I just find that really special work. So because this is all about empowerment for this broadcast, I want to know what empowerment means to you in your work as the communication diva and also as a minister.
Well, as the communication diva, empowerment means helping others know that they can. And my spiritual director actually asked me the question that brought that statement forward, that helping others know that they can. And that is actually what I do in everything that I do, helping people deepen their spiritual journey in my church work. But in my communication diva work, I offer online courses to help people with things like marriage preparation, help couples have those deeper conversations with each other so that you can prevent conflict and issues later on, helping people get resumes ready with one of the online courses that I teach. And then I wrote a book. Can I show the book?
Yes, I'd love to see your book.
I wrote a book that was published in 2015. It's still on the Amazon bestseller list, and it's called What They See. Oops.
A little bit higher. Yep, that's it.
How to stand out and shine in your new job. And it's aimed toward people for the first 3 months of employment. And I have things in here like communication and conflict styles, what professionalism means, a whole section on I language, and a 30-day risk challenge, how to do something every day for 30 days to stretch yourself a little bit so that you feel more empowered. So.
Awesome. Awesome stuff. So if you were to give one tip to our viewing audience, what would you say to empower them to go for their dream and go for their passion?
I would say keep learning, because if there's something that you really hold in your heart that you want to do, there are people out there like Katerina and many others that can help you get there. So don't be afraid to keep learning and stretching and growing and deepening and working toward whatever it is that you desire to have in your life, in your heart.
Yeah, and the other thing is to remember that it's not about failure or about making mistakes. It's about practice. So every day that you get to go out there and go for your dreams and go for your passion, you're practicing. So anytime there's something that sets you back a little bit, just think of it as a cha-cha. 2 steps forward, 1 step back, and go with it. It's such exciting work to be able to blossom and develop that way. And like Jennifer said, if you want to reach out to me as an entrepreneur or as somebody in their personal life that wants to find their passion, then please do so. You can do that through the Yes You Can group or through my website at katerinaberger.com. Now, I want Jennifer to quickly share her website and contact information so that you guys will be able to reach her easily as well.
Sure, it's communicationdiva.com, and you can find links to everything else there. I can also be reached at jenn@communicationdiva.com, which is an email address. I'm on Twitter, I'm on Instagram, Facebook, the Communication Diva page, all over the place, I think. So there's lots of ways to find me.
That's great. Anything else you want to share with our group before we complete for today?
Oh, I'm just delighted this group has come together, and I'm really happy to be part of this, Kat, and I appreciate it, and I hope people continue to be inspired through the work that you're doing.
Oh, thank you so much, and thank you for everything that you do too, Jennifer. You're awesome. So I'm going to send you a virtual hug, and I will let you go, and we'll talk again soon.
Okay.
Okay. Lots of love. Bye.
Love to you too. Bye.
Bye.